Ladies and gentlemen, have you ever been so sick and tired of losing in the market that you were literally willing to do anything? Okay, you were willing to do anything just to start to get different results. Well, that was me 15 months ago when I set out to collect data on one simple approach. See, until you learn to trade one approach, you are subject to roasting your accounts day in and day out. The market is an everlasting, never-ending environment filled with countless variables. What does this mean? This means until you have a structured approach, you will never get structured results. Until you learn to master one strategy, you are never going to build your account up. I believe this with every ounce of fiber in my being. So in this video, I'm going to explain why my strategy has helped change my life and my team's life, not just because it brings good results, but because it simplifies the game. So before you're going to see what I like to call a high-level summary. This is just a data report. I started out, like I told you guys before, 15 months ago to collect data on this strategy, and you can see here we are currently sitting at a 78% win rate over the last 15 months. We've taken 282 setups. 221 wins, 61 losses. And all what this means is that when I finally see my 3-step criteria present itself, I pull the trigger, right? There's no second guessing. There's no hesitating. There's no questioning. There's no wait for the next one. It is strictly execution. So I want to show you guys what's worked for me. And I also want to give you guys a free mini course on this strategy. All you have to do is click that link below. Come check out my website where I break down this edge in even deeper detail. And then you put your first, last name, email in, and I send you the high-level summaries every single week completely for free, along with a free mini course breaking down this strategy. Okay? This is the strategy that's changed my life. So what is it? Well, step number 1 is we are looking to trade off a key level, a critical level. This is your previous day high, low, open, and close, and it's also open print. Okay, so open print is the 930 bell price, and then also we are once again trading off the previous day high, low, open, and close. These levels have immense amounts of volume, and if it's up to me to identify what the banks are doing, I have to watch these levels. Step number 2 is I'm looking for that moving average cross. Okay, so once again, we need to be able to execute in the present moment. For us to do this appropriately, we need to use indicators that are giving us the present moment information. Moving averages are the indicator that's going to change your life, and chances are you've heard of them. You just never learned to use them appropriately, and that is exactly what I want to teach you. Moving averages are God's gift to green earth because they are literally screaming. They're the way the market communicates to us. Is the trend healthy? Is it unhealthy? Is it chaotic? Is it erratic? Is it extended? Is it stable? These are all questions that moving averages answer for me. Okay? Step number 3, the most important part of this strategy, is identifying the RBI or GBI. So right here on this chart, you're going to see a green candle that gets ignored. It gets ignored because the next candle after it disrespects the low of it. All right, I'm going to say this one more time because this is the most important part that most people tend to miss. The RBI GBI, it's an acronym that stands for red bar ignored or green bar ignored. Okay, look at this candle right here. It's a green bar. Why is it ignored? Because the bottom of that green bar was disrespected. What do you think has just happened to the buyers that just entertained and participated in the market right here? They just became trapped. We know this why? Because we've identified a green bar that was ignored on the 5-minute time frame. So every time I see a GBI, I now know the market is presenting opportunity. Now I just need to participate. I need to get into the trade without being vulnerable. So once again, I've seen the critical level. I've seen the moving average cross. I've now identified the GBI. So now it's time for me to actually get into the position. This is when I drop down to the 2-minute time frame and I identify the 20 EMA retest and being respected. And as soon as I see that, I'm getting into the trade. That is the system that's changed my life, and I just gave it to you completely for free. So now let's talk about it in this video, how well it's done in the first week of November. Okay, you can see here, once again, over the last 15 months, we're sitting at a 78% win rate. So the first example, 11.3, we just went over. Okay, once again, GBI, green bar ignored, red bar comes up, can't close outside the area of value. Okay, guys, once again, let me bring it back. Every time you see an RBI or GBI, you draw a box around it. This becomes your area of value. This area is extremely valuable because this is where your opportunity lies, okay? Whoever controls this box, I'm looking to trade with, okay? Second example, 11.4. This was a loss. Let's explain why. We get this crazy rally off the open. We get ourselves a red bar right here that gets ignored or disrespected. We draw our zone. Notice here, look at what happens when price retests this zone. Okay, once again, buyers are controlling the area of value. Price rallies up right into previous day low right here, and price cannot continue. So once again, we still got the criteria. We still got a valid push into a critical level. Just price could not beat the critical level. This trade I only logged it unsuccessful because it didn't continue for at least $1. The market mechanics inherently still operated exactly how we expected them to. Every time you see an RBI or GBI, watch the retest of the area of value. All right. Third example, 11.4, same exact day. Price rallies up here into previous day low. We start to get a lot of selling. Step number 1, critical level. Step number 2, moving average cross. Step number 3, identify the green bar that was disrespected. Once again, the low was disrespected. That is our short play, and our stop loss goes directly above the green bar that was ignored. Okay, there, right there. That is the GBI. The stop must go right above the GBI. And then what do? You follow the trade down. Guys, green bar ignored. Look at the retest. Retest. We can't close outside the GBI, so you follow the GBI all the way down to open print. It was a beautiful trade. Cleared over 70% return on that trade. Okay? Now, 11.525, another example here. This is a very clear example of how well the RBI can hold. Okay? So let's bring it back to the importance of the red bar ignored. Okay? Why? Why is it important? It's because there are trap sellers here. Let's explain. First things first, we get ourselves a red candle. That's disrespected. So we do what? We draw the box. This becomes our zone. This box becomes what? Our area of value, our AOV. So now that we have the zone, it's up to us to identify the opportunity. This is when we drop down to the 2-minute. But I want to show you here a little bit more about how well these actually hold. Once you get this red bar right here that's ignored, you draw your box. Until sellers take back this zone, I am bullish. And this is where I'm looking for long plays here, long plays here, and long plays here. Okay? That is how I trade the area of value. Okay? Now 11.5, last example of the week here. And guys, we traded this live. And by the way, if you want to trade live with us every single Friday, all you have to do is follow me. I go live every Friday at 9:15 a.m. Eastern. Okay? Once again, we traded this live. How did we trade it? Well, number 1, open print. Must identify it. This is a key level. Number 2, identify price coming into the moving average. Look at here, guys. Can price close outside this 20? No, it cannot. So what do? We traded with the 20. But you can't just hop into the trade. You have to identify the entry. How do we do this? With the GBI. Green bar ignored. Drop down to the 2-minute. Identify that 20 EMA retest. And you capture your trade all the way down to the downside. And this wasn't the only example. What do you get right here? Another green bar that gets ignored. You identify the retest and you trade in the dominant direction. So guys, I hope you understand why this strategy works the way it does. It's not perfect strategy, and it's not insanely easy. Some call it complicated. Some call it very simple. I call it reliable. Okay? I call it repeatable. And I call it a very easy way to identify opportunity in the market. Trade the strategy, don't trade the strategy. It doesn't matter to me. I just like coming on here and give you guys the updated data reports because I know what it really feels like to not be able to trade with confidence, control, or conviction. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you like it, and I'll see you in the next.